It was the night before Christmas. I was closing down for business in my little present shop. When the bell on the door jingled once more, and then time almost came to a stop. But somehow I knew, and maybe so did you, that everything would change from now on. Yes, from this Christmas on, this Christmas on, from this Christmas on, it's gonna be you and me decorating the tree from this Christmas on.
It is an amazing time to be born and to be a part of observing this next generation move forward, but to also have the opportunity to learn from them. You know, think about how often now when you just get a brand new phone, it may take us a little bit of time to see how to power it on, but you give it to a 6 to 10-year-old child, they have it on making calls on the internet and everything. So that is one thing that points to the importance of making sure that we continue to sow in their education, to donate, that we're able to grow. And not only because Rockingham may be small in number, but we are so big in education and just our knowledge that we have. And I would love to see our children to be able to just be in not really competition, but to line up next to those in the bigger counties that surround us and have those same programs reflect here. And I truly believe that we're well on our way in doing so.
Hello and welcome to Day 6 of the 12 Days of Education presented by the Rockingham County Education Foundation. I'm Joe Dexter. Glad to have you here this afternoon as we are giving away great prizes throughout the 12 Days of Education, and even more important, learning about education and the initiatives by the Education Foundation that are making a difference in our community. Today we'll talk about childhood development. Lisette Rodriguez of the Rockingham County Partnership for Children will join us coming up in just a bit on the 12 Days of Education. But let's take a reminder of why we're here, some of the initiatives that we are raising funds for during the 12 Days of Education. Of course, you can help us out by texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 and get entered into our giveaways every single day during the 12 Days of Education. Well, one of those initiatives, the Carolina College Advising Corps, which aims to help low-income first-generation and underrepresented NC high school students attend a college that will serve them well by placing a recent UNC graduate as college advisors in public schools throughout the state. Of course, we are very fortunate here in Rockingham County to have one of those advisors in every single public high school, and it's made a difference to get students to apply for 2-year and 4-year programs. Since 2014, more than 2,000 students report submitting at least one application, and more than $30 million in scholarships have been offered to seniors since 2013. That's $450 return for every $1 invested by texting EDUCATE to 24365 in that college advising program. Of course, when you go to Donate by texting EDUCATE to 24365. You can choose which initiative that you'd like to give to, whether that's Area of Greatest Need, the College Advising Corps, the college campus visits for kids who can't afford it at RCC, Trails for Schools, or music lessons through the Piedmont Instrument Classes for Kids program supported by the Education Foundation. Well, we mentioned Trails K-12, advancing equity in the outdoors, starting with students through a system-wide model of change by building access to natural learning spaces in the backyards of schools right here in Rockingham County, empowering teachers and students to use those spaces as well as an ambitious initiative to offer creative, innovative, and effective outdoor learning spaces to every public school in Rockingham County by the end of 2024. At its core, Trails K-12 is a movement to get kids outside in the backyards of their own schools, in their natural spaces, for structured and unstructured time. Both are vital to nurturing creative thinking and developing through the whole child. Let's take a look at some of the giveaways that we have. We'll start. Speaking of trails, how about this? Trails field trips for your favorite teacher. A class from your favorite teacher will be on a field trip to remember right in our own backyard on the beautiful trails of Rockingham County. On day 10, we'll be drawing for a trip to Big Beaver Island Creek, sponsored by Tri-State Steel. On day 11, a field trip to beautiful Madison River Park, sponsored by Chris Bass Engineering and the town of Madison. And on day 12, a field trip to Matrimony Creek and Falls, also sponsored by Tri-State Steel. Now, if you got a teacher or student, for me, it's a student, Bailey Dexter, Stoneville Elementary. Miss Meeks, I'd love to see that class get in there. All you got to do is text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 and get into those giveaways. Other giveaways that we have, Arthur's Jewelry. Thank you so much for your donation of a $1,200 diamond and 14-karat bracelet. This beautiful bracelet donated by Arthur's Jewelry in Reedsville. And we'll be giving that away during the 12 days of education as well. Texting EDUCATE to 24365. And, of course, our grand prize giveaway, a weekend stay in the lovely oceanfront Holt Condo on Caswell Beach. All you have to do to enter is text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. And we got one more giveaway to talk about. How about today's giveaway? A $50 Dewey's gift basket. Nothing says Christmas more like the taste of Dewey's, and today we are giving away a beautiful assortment gift basket to a lucky winner. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is enter the 12 days of education. Text EDUCATE to 24365. As we welcome in our guest, Lisette Rodriguez of the Rockingham County Partnership for Children. Lisette, how are you doing today?
I'm doing well. How about you, Joe?
Good. Glad to have you and talk about something that's very imperative, in my opinion, in our community, and that's childhood development through education. Sometimes we think of education as going to school, being in that high school classroom, but really education starts with the development of our children at home.
That's absolutely right, Joe. Thank you for sharing that.
So share with us, what are some of the things that the Partnership for Children are doing to help our kids and help develop childhood learning through even parents, helping parents and all the such?
Yes, so we have an array of support services, whether it comes from early educators, so supporting those educators in the classrooms to provide that care, that quality environment to our youngest learners, and supporting families, for those families that are wanting to be and needing to be home with their children. What are some strategies and technique to develop that social emotional learning, to develop that day-to-day learning, those math and pre-writing skills, all of the things that they'll be needing to be ready for school. We know that 90% of a child's brain develops in the first 5 years of life, and that is a very small window when we think about lifespan. So this is key. Our parents, our early educators in Rockingham County are literally building brains, and that needs support. It takes a village.
Exactly. One thing that we talked about throughout the week and with Bishop William Gregg recently on the 12 Days of Education is the community aspect of learning. Even if you don't have a child, there's this community. And yesterday with Katrina Harrison, I kind of compared it to an economy, right? There's no money involved, but everybody has to be involved in learning, in education and childhood development in order for the economy of learning to grow and education to sustain itself. And one thing it starts with at the young age is childhood care in our community. And one thing that I'll say right away, Lisette, and I'm sure you feel the same way, is God bless our daycare providers here in the community that do such a great job. And I'm going to give a special shout out to my favorite, Miss Cindy over at A Step Beyond Daycare, my favorite personally, who's helped my family. But definitely, we forget sometimes about the impact education-wise that these daycare providers do provide.
That's 100% right. So yes, our childcare providers are building skills for our future workforce. You know, I think we often think about the strength of our military, the strength of our economy. But if we think about it, we need people to fill those roles, to strengthen those areas that we find value in. And we're literally developing those people in these earliest years of life. We are building the foundation of our future, and we have to pay attention to that and the folks that are part of building that foundation.
Absolutely. And I think sometimes we forget, we know some of the struggles are out there, right? But we're not willing to necessarily talk about the struggles that childhood care providers have, as well as families.
That's absolutely right. The cost of quality childcare is astronomical. I know, Joe, you can relate to me, and I have 2 small children in childcare, and the cost is almost college tuition worthy. And I like to joke that my kid is not walking out with college credits, but they are building those foundational blocks to really be successful in life. And that's what we need.
Absolutely. I mean, with the college credits, it was a little bit cheaper tuition for me, but I'll tell you what, I'd pay that tuition to be with Miss Cindy, my kids, 100% over, because the lessons that they learned, the skills that they learned with other children, the skills that they learned from valued leaders and, in my opinion, educators, it's a strong start, a building block. Everything needs a foundation, right? Every single thing, whether it's a house or education, needs a foundation, and it starts there.
That's absolutely right.
Well, I wanted to play this video that you sent. Can you tell us a little bit about this video of the movie Through the Night?
Yes, so this is a wonderful documentary that really provides a picture for early childhood and what our early childhood educators, brain builders are up against, and the crucialness of their presence in our workforce. They are essential workers. We felt that in the pandemic. They've been essential workers since the dawn of time, but we're losing this workforce. And this is an image as to their importance and the presence that they play in the lives of our children, and why they're crucial and why we need to be investing in them.
And this is a direct reflection, though it's not filmed from our location, it's a direct reflection of how some of our situations are right here in Rockingham County, correct?
That's absolutely right. So what you're going to see is an early educator who owns her own childcare home, and she provides multiple shift childcare. So she has first, second, and third shift that she's supporting. And that's very representative of the shift care that's needed in Rockingham County that we're lacking.
Here's the trailer for Through the Night.
Come on, Mama, time to get up. Come on. Morning, baby. All right. Noah, time to get up. I've been doing this for 22 years. I have all different types of families in my daycare. I have some that comes in at 6 o'clock in the morning that works to 8:30 at night. I have some that comes from 3:30 to 12:30 at night. I have some that comes in overnight. I see a lot of parents come in and break down. They don't want to do this, but they need to work and take care of their family.
See you later. All right, baby. Have a good day. Be careful.
This is the way the world is set up at this point.
I never really thought of overnight childcare till I had to use it.
I've been working 7 days, almost 2 months. If I'm not working one job, I'm working another job. Hi, Mommy.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Love you guys very much.
It's not just a job.
Turn your sheet over.
This is really our life. My children, ever since they was the age of 2 years old, they had to share me with other children. I remember my children saying, Mommy, why do they have to come first?
Mommy!
As parents, you make sacrifices. It's not their fault. So I just do what I can. It's not easy, but eventually I'll sleep.
Do we love each other? Yeah. I didn't hear you. Yeah. Do we love each other? Yeah. It's okay.
And you have to be careful. If you continue to have anomalies, you need surgery.
This work is hard. I don't want to stop doing what I'm doing because I feel like if I lay down, I'm so tired I might not get back up.
That right there tells you everything you need to know, and it is a perfect depiction of the hard work that goes through childcare and supporting children of parents that are working. I mean, when you look at the backbone during the pandemic, that was touched on in that, I think back to my daycare provider, Miss Cindy. My wife is a registered nurse, and without Miss Cindy there, and I know there was several others there that were first responders. I mean, the backbone are the first responders, right? But right there to support that backbone are these childcare providers in our communities that always stand up. There's never sitting down. It's always being there for our children. And by the way, they're not just there to watch them. They're not just there to be some type of a babysitter, quote unquote. They're providing emotional support, educational support, nutritional support. And sometimes I think we forget about that.
That's it. They are caring for our children and our future, mind, body, and soul. So you said that beautifully, Joe.
What are some of the things that we can do in our community and across the state that you're seeing as being doing to support child care for parents and also to support those that provide child care?
You know, Joe, that's a wonderful question. One thing that we've really, really centered is asking the families in our county, in Rockingham, what it is that they need most to be able to access that childcare. So right now, what we're experiencing is that there isn't a lot of childcare options available for those different shifts that are needed. And so families want to work. We have a family advocacy group that shares with us what it is that they need to be successful in Rockingham County. And they say, I want to work. I want to work those second, third shift jobs. But I need the childcare to be able to do that. And I need that support. So I would encourage local businesses to get a part of our family-friendly work initiatives. What does it mean to be family-friendly? We get our guidance from Families Right in Rockingham County. Be a part of our Stakeholders Advisory Council that gets information about what's happening in our county and what families are needing. Check out our website. Call us. Ask us all the questions. We would love to introduce our families and some of the wonderful ideas and perspectives that they have to feel supported. Go and see early childhood classrooms and see how you can support those educators. If you have small children in a childcare facility, go to that school and ask, how can I support as a parent? How can I support your educators? How can I invest in the work that you're doing to support my children?
And be thankful for those that are helping our children too. If you get a chance, if you're a parent, I know it's hard. At the end of the day, when you go to see that child care provider and pick up your child, the number one thing is always on your mind to see your child, right? I want to see that smiling face. That's the first thing. But don't forget about all of the imperative time that these folks are putting in, and remember them and thank them for all that they're doing. I know sometimes it's hard to remember that, especially if you are fortunate enough to provide a paycheck or provide some funds for them to do that. You feel like it's a service. It's beyond a service. So also I would encourage you to provide support to those that provide support for your children too, in any way you can. And Lisette, one thing I want to give you guys some credit for is during the pandemic, I know you guys made a realization, and probably before that even too, that we have to listen to our parents in the community and make them stakeholders in what we do in order to be the most effective.
That's absolutely right. We are firm in believing that we don't make assumptions. We don't want to make assumptions about whatever our community members need. We want our community members to share what it is that they need and how they can be best supported.
She's Lisette Rodriguez of the Rockingham County Partnership for Children. I want to thank you for taking the time today, for stopping by and talking about childhood development. Any last thoughts before I let you go?
Yes, please check out our holiday card campaign. Any of those funds that you are able or willing to donate, any efforts that you're willing, whether it's volunteer or support in early childhood, the hike for Santa that we have tomorrow at Eden YMCA at our interactive trail. Come join, come get to know us, come see the work that we do. Anyway, whether it's time, effort, monetary, any form of investment in early childhood is appreciated and needed. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much, Jenny. I appreciate the work that y'all are doing.
Have fun with the hike for Santa, and give us a little bit more details on what you'll be doing tomorrow. It's going to be a walk on trail, so you get some education outdoors wise, and you also get some exercise. And I hear Santa and a friend's going to be there as well.
Yes. So Santa sisters, you're going to have some elves. We're going to have lots of our young friends doing the interactive trail out in Eden. So it's a story aligned with the trail and activities. So we're going to have an amazing time. We'll be there right at 10 a.m. Santa's sister will read a story to us, and then we'll go on a hike with Santa.
It don't get better than that. Thank you for your time, Lisette, and we appreciate you stopping by the 12 Days of Education.
Thank you. Bye, y'all.
That's Lisette Rodriguez of the Rockingham County Partnership for Children. As you heard, it's so key in childhood development to be there and provide resources and be there for those that provide the resources for our children. As we welcome in Jenny Edwards, the Executive Director of the Rockingham County Education Foundation. What a beautiful interview, right? Sometimes we forget about the little things in life because we're going through so much. Yes, we drop our kids off. Yes, we pick them up, but there's a lot that goes on in between those times.
Definitely. You know, Joe, my mother was an early childhood caregiver when I was a kid in Mantia, North Carolina. And she was great. She put her heart and soul in it. And those kids, they had a lot of time to run around and have fun. And she read stories to them. And, you know, it was a lot of work. She was up early on to get ready for the children to come. And she worked until late, until every child was picked up by their parents. So it's a really important job, and it is not an easy job.
It is definitely not. And one thing that we want to make sure is that we can support those efforts as well. And we appreciate you for supporting the 12 Days of Education. Education comes in all sizes. That's the thing that I love about it so much. And that, honestly, Jenny, I learned through the 12 Days of Education is I can learn today, you can learn today. We all have different stories. We all have different ways of learning in this continuous learning environment that we should be a part of. And I want to take this time. I know that you've been blown away as well. Take the time to thank the donors so far. Texting Educate to 24365 to support our initiatives. It's amazing, isn't it, how the community comes together?
It is. I'm so excited this year that the community has come together to support these field trips for the Teacher of the Winner's Choice. That's just been incredible. And, you know, we'll probably get easily 90 children out in Rockingham County to see waterfalls and rivers and all sorts of great stuff that we have right here in their backyard. You know, you don't have to go far away. It's good to go far away to get perspective, but you don't have to go far away to get outside and learn about the natural environment.
That's the crazy thing. Crazy thing to me is the perspective that you can get right here in our own backyard with so many rivers, lakes, and all that. You know, some days we just continuously stay inside. We got so much going on. We got to run to dance. If it's our family, we got to do these things and that things that sometimes we don't realize that reality is in our own backyard, right? I mean, there are beautiful facilities right here in our own backyard to learn and play.
You said it, Joe.
Well, it's the 12 days of education. You can text EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365 as we get ready for today's giveaway, a $50 Dewey's gift basket. Nothing says Christmas like the taste of Dewey's, and today we're giving away a beautiful assortment gift basket to a lucky winner. All you got to do is enter real quickly, right? 24365. Text EDUCATE to 24365. So I've given out the call, Jenny. So now it's time for those last moments to make sure that you get in those texts, and we'll go to the Golden Teapot.
Do you want me to check, Joe, and see if we have any last-minute entries?
Yeah, let's see what we got.
I'm checking right now. So Erica Green donated just a few moments ago. Ann Scott donated to support trails. Thank you, Ann. A board member made a very generous donation. I think that's going to become a challenge for Rockingham County High School. So we'll probably get into a little of that tomorrow. But it looks like we're all up to date right now.
37 donations, $5,981 raised towards our $10,000 goal. Let's go to the Golden Teapot, the magic teapot.
You bet. All right, so everybody who donated is entered, but you don't have to donate in order to enter. You can email your email address to me, and we'll get you in this drawing. I mean, we hope you'll donate, but it's, you don't have to. We'll get you in there. Okay, here we go. Sandra Dickinson is our winner today, and she gave to the area of greatest need.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandra, for your donation, and congratulations on winning a $50 Dewey's gift basket. And can I have some ginger snaps, please?
I think there are ginger snaps in there.
Can I have some, Sandra? The best cookie, you can argue, some people say sugar cookies. I got a friend that swears by the sugar cookies, the best cookie of all time. But if you got ginger in a cookie, there's a good chance it's number 1 or 2 on my list.
Especially a Dewey's ginger cookie. They've been making those a long time. They know what they're doing.
That's right. So we appreciate you, Sandra, and we appreciate all those that have donated thus far. You can help our initiatives at the Rockingham County Education Foundation by texting EDUCATE to 24365. That's EDUCATE to 24365. And join us tomorrow for day 7 of the 12 days of education. Jenny, have a great night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
You too, buddy.